like to call the village board meeting for the Village of Cary for Tuesday, May 2nd, 2017 to order with roll call, please.
Kraus.
Here.
McAlpine. Here. Chapman.
Here.
Cavelli.
Here.
Kozler.
Here.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I will now move to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. I have one person sign in. Martha, did you want to say something?
Hello, Martha Ritter, 229 School Street. I was just wondering, I know we're a bedroom community, but does that mean we have to look at mattresses for the next 6 months?
Good point. Yeah, there was an issue with the large cleanup. Some of the residents weren't informed that mattresses had to be enclosed in a sealed bag for the waste hauler to take them because of pathogens and that. So we are
We'll work
working
with
on
the
that.
property owners on those
They didn't take them
mattresses.
today either.
We'll work with the property owners with our community development department to ensure that it gets addressed.
I don't want to look at that for the next 6 months.
Understood.
Thanks, Martha. It won't be 6 months.
Close your eyes.
Moving to the mayor's report, I have several things to do today, and we'll start first with recognition of our outgoing trustee, Dave Chapman. He's been a trustee since 2013. Dave, did you want to meet me up front here?
Nope.
Dave Chapman joined the village board in 2013. He's been instrumental in, we refer to him as our environmentalist. He's really into environmental protocols and enhancing our operation through green initiatives, which we've been able to champion on many different levels. In addition to his role here as a village trustee, he's also taken on 2 additional roles with us in the county. He is also on the Gravel Advisory Board, as well as McHenry County Stormwater Advisory Board too. So he's helped us with that, along with our Public Works Director, Eric Morimoto, to keep us in the loop as to what's going on. Dave is leaving the village now, and he's going to be sworn in on May 15th. He's joining the Algonquin Township Board, so we wish him great success and luck with that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Appreciate it.
So to the new trustees, the advice is, remember, there's more of you than there are of him. And it's you that listens to the residents and puts the things up. And if you've got something, go for it. Put it up and go for it. Chief, thank you. Staff has been marvelous, and that's it. I look forward to collaborating and some of the things that I learned with the municipal partnering. I think we're going to be doing some of those things at the township. And so I want to thank you for the experience in the 4 years. And it was nice, and I'll see you all around.
Thank you so much. Just for the record, we have a plaque for our senior-most trustee, Rick Dudek, who was unable to be here with us tonight. He had a last-minute work obligation he was unable to break away from. But Rick has been on the village board for over 10 years. He is instrumental in being a financial watchdog. He's got a huge background in finance. He's a vice president for Wells Fargo, and he does really well with that. He helps us understand things in financial. He will be missed with the history that he brings to the village, because it's always good to have somebody with some knowledge and to pass, so we don't repeat things in the past that didn't go so well. But he will be missed. We'll make sure that he gets that moving forward. Now it's my turn.
Yes.
We get to swear in some new people. Nancy, could you do the honors here, please?
Sure. Mark, Mayor, get Shannon,
Pardon?
get your wife and stuff up.
Shannon, want to put? This is my wife, Shannon, 29 years. We're empty nesters, so what else am I gonna do?
Raise your right hand. I,
Mark
Oh,
County,
this is.
having been elected to the office of mayor
having been elected to the office of mayor
in the village of Cary,
in the village of Cary,
in the county of McHenry,
in the county of McHenry,
and aforesaid, do solemnly swear
and aforesaid do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of mayor
the duties of the office of mayor
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. Thank you. And now, could I have Christine Betts join us up front here?
This is my husband, Mark.
Raise your right hand, please. I, Christine Betts,
I, Christine Betts,
having been elected to the office of village trustee
have been elected to the village trustee
in the village of Cary,
in the village of Cary,
in the county of McHenry aforesaid,
in the county of McHenry, aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of village trustee
of the office of village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, welcome to the village. This will keep in the village, and this one you can take home, so I need you to sign it. Is my pen dying?
Yes.
I sign a lot of this. This one is for you.
Okay.
This one is for you. Mr. Kraus,
Yeah.
our new senior trustee. Jeff has been on the village board since 2011.
2011.
Geezer.
My mom and brother are here too, but
Did you want to come up?
no, I'm gonna fly solo.
Come on, she's going for the board.
Yeah, come on, Mom, come on.
No.
Yes, yes. Yeah, she'll match perfect.
Well, there's history here that
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of people know about that. But Jeff's father and grandfather were previous mayors. So this is a great opportunity, and this is an awesome job that you're going to be doing. So we thank you, especially taking over the leadership role in this, being the senior trustee. A lot of respect is given to that. So,
Thank you. I look forward to it.
ready? Here we go. I,
I, Jeff Kraus,
having been elected to the office of village trustee
having been elected to the office of village trustee
in the village of Cary,
in the village of Cary,
in the county of McHenry,
in the county of McHenry,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
village trustee to the best of my ability.
village trustee to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
All right, Jeff. Mhm. No,
Thank
not
you.
like that, but
You get to-
yeah, I can't wait for her to.
And Jennifer Wyman. You want to do the camera?
Have a good crowd.
Sure.
Okay.
dad, my brother, my husband,
You
my
all
kids.
want to come up? You're all welcome.
Yeah, come on, get in the picture.
That a boy.
You don't have a spider web in it, so you're all right. Hi, Dave.
How you doing?
All right. Get
You
on
guys
it.
gonna take the oath too? Okay, more the merrier here. Ready? I,
I, Jennifer Weinhammer,
having been elected to the office of
having been elected to the office of
village trustee
village trustee
in the village of Cary,
in the village of Cary,
in the county of McHenry,
in the county of McHenry,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of village trustee
of village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Yay, Jennifer!
Now, if you want to take some pictures, you're welcome to come up and take some pictures. You want to come up and take a picture?
Yeah, you mind, Jen? Thanks. Thank you. Hey. Smile. Thanks, Jen.
Very nice.
Sure. Okay, I will.
We're going to take some pictures of Jeff and his family too, please.
You want to talk?
Yes. Oh, I know.
Oh.
Go by the flag.
In front of the,
Village of Cary, so it's behind you. Oh,
leave it to the photographer.
There you go.
Rock on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we ready? 1, 2, 3.
Chris.
Chris, did you want to?
Yes. Your husband.
Good. Chris, both are, you're gonna wanna have it later.
Okay.
Yes, you and your husband.
Who's gonna, Shannon, you want to take? Oh.
Missy will take some. Mark, you and your wife.
Oh. Oh, I gotta get over here. Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Big smile.
That's big enough.
Okay, now we're done.
Do you want to give this?
Yeah, but you want to put it with that.
Okay. Yeah. We good?
Yeah, we're done. All right, we're going to continue on with our village business. We have a couple of proclamations to read, and I've asked on my behalf for Trustee Cavelli to read the National Police Week proclamation, please.
Whereas the Congress and President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week. And whereas the members of the Village of the Cary Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the daily lives of Cary residents. And whereas it is important that all residents of Cary know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their police department, and that members of our department recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence, disorder, and deception. And whereas the men and women of the Village of Cary Police Department continually provide a vital public service. Now, therefore, Mark Kaunik, Mayor of the Village of Cary, calls upon all residents of Cary to observe the week of May 14th through the 20th, 2017, as Village of Cary Police Week, Police Department Week, with appropriate observances in which all of our residents may join in commemorating law enforcement officers, past and present, who, by their faithful and loyal devotion to the responsibilities, have rendered a dedicated service to Cary. Mayor Mark Kaunik further calls upon all residents of Cary to observe Monday, May 15th, 2017, as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of those law enforcement officers across our land who, through their courageous deeds, have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their community. Dated this second day of May 2017.
Thank you, Kim. And now we have one more proclamation for National Public Works Week, and Trustee Kraus.
Whereas public works services provided in our community are an integral part of Cary residents' everyday lives, and whereas the support of an understanding and informed citizenry is vital to the efficient operation of public works services and programs such as water, sewers, streets, and highways, and public buildings, and whereas the health, safety, and comfort of the Cary community greatly depends on these facilities and services, and whereas the quality and effectiveness of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skills of our public works staff, and whereas the efficiency of the qualified and dedicated personnel who staff public works departments is material influenced by the people's attitude and understanding of the importance of the work they perform. Now, therefore, Mark Kaunik, Mayor of the Village of Cary, does hereby proclaim the week of May 21st through the 27th, 2017 as National Public Works Week. Public Works connects us in the Village of Cary. And Mayor Mark Kaunik call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the issues involved in providing our public works and to recognize the contributions that public works staff make every day to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life. Dated the second day of May 2017.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items number 1 through 4 and 9 through 16.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Hey, Mayor, I'm sorry, I apologize. I wanted to pull number 2, and we didn't talk about that.
Okay. Well, let me revise that. I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items number 1, 3 through 4, and 9 through 16.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kraus,
Yes.
McAlpine,
Yes.
Weinhammer,
Abstain, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Cosler,
Yes.
Betts.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to approve, let me go to that.
I just wanted one correction on the minutes.
The revised April 4th, 2017 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes.
Yeah, on page 3, paragraph 3, if you go down to the second sentence, it says, Mayor Kaunik attends monthly chamber meetings to keep the board informed of chamber business. I think these two words got transposed, the board and chamber. It should say Mayor Kaunik attends monthly chamber meetings to keep the chamber board informed of village business.
That is correct. Good catch. So the motion to approve as amended,
So moved.
Second.
roll call, please.
McAlpine,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Cosler,
Yes.
Betts,
Abstain?
Weinhammer.
Abstain.
Thank you, and I will we're going to do the, okay. I will entertain a motion to table consent agenda items 5 through 8
So
for a
moved.
further discussion at another meeting.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Cosler,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Betts,
You can vote on that.
Yes.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Weinhammer,
Yes.
Thank you.
McAlpine.
Yes.
Now moving to items for second action. I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution to enter into a memorandum of understanding to participate in a way out program to assist individuals requesting assistance with substance abuse.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Hey, Chief.
Hi, how you doing? I'd like to explain a little bit about the Way Out program. It's a program, if you read anything about it in the Northwest Herald over the weekend, is a program that allows individuals to present themselves to law enforcement agencies within the county, and the law enforcement agencies will facilitate transporting them to Centegra Hospital to get assistance or obtain assistance or services in regards to a substance abuse addiction. And the way that this would work in McHenry County, it's a little bit different than it is in Lake County, and I would say a little bit less labor intensive in McHenry County, is that the individual would present themselves to the law enforcement agency, and if there's no initial or issues that require immediate assistance or immediate attention medically, we would just call an ambulance, and then they would be transported to a facility for treatment. If there were no problems detected, we would do a general intake, which would include the individual completing a waiver, and then we would initiate a report. We would run a criminal hot file inquiry, which is basically so that we would determine whether or not they're wanted on a warrant. And then we will determine if they had any contraband on their person that we would take, and they would have to consent to a search. And if they did have contraband, we would issue a receipt, and we would process it like we would any other evidence. And then after that, they would do a intake questionnaire through the Centegra Hospital in Woodstock that we would prepare prior to transporting them. And that questionnaire is very rudimentary. It's 5 questions. And then we would transport them to the hospital, understanding, of course, that this program is voluntary. So at any time during this processing, the individual could elect to leave, and there would be no ramifications in regards to them leaving. And then we would transport them to the hospital. Prior to transport, we would contact the hospital and let them know that we were on our way, and they would be, ready to perform their intake procedures for this individual that we were going to transport to the hospital. There's some disqualifying issues related to this, and there's a couple of policy issues that I want to present to the board. And one of the disqualifiers is that if they're wanted on a warrant, and if they're wanted on a warrant, then we would transport them to the jail, and when they go before the judge the next morning, they could elect to go into the Way Out program after they resolve their issues related to the warrant. That was something that the McHenry County Sheriff has indicated he would allow to occur. The other thing is this program is presented in conjunction with certainly law enforcement agencies within McHenry County, but the McHenry County State's Attorney's Office, the McHenry County Substance Abuse Coalition, and Centegra Hospital Woodstock. And there's funding available through the Mental Health Board. The one policy issue is that would you restrict the participation in this program to McHenry County residents only? My suggestion would be not, I don't anticipate that there's going to be a lot of individuals that'll present themselves for this program. So the Mental Health Board has indicated that there would be some issues related to funding through them, but they would also be able to use their insurance if they had insurance to pay for their treatment. So that's the first policy issue. The second issue was related to discretion related to prosecution of individuals that might be in possession of controlled substances when they present themselves, but that's a prosecutorial discretionary action, and the McHenry County State's Attorney has indicated that he would not prosecute those individuals that would present themselves and had contraband at that time. But there's another disqualifying condition, and that would be that if the individual was using, requesting assistance through the Way Out program as a pretext, like they were involved in a traffic crash and then they said that they wanted assistance that way. If it was a pretext or they were arrested for something else, that would be a disqualifying issue, and the individual officer would have the ability to make a decision in regards to that and would consult with his supervisor prior to disqualifying that individual. There's a couple other things that we did in regards to this program, and that is that we looked at the memorandum of understanding, and Attorney Simon had some issues in regards to, they were very good changes, by the way, so he earned his money this time. But in regards to consistency, related to agreement and memorandum of understanding. So there's your memorandum of understanding has some language in there that we've changed. So instead of it's an agreement in certain areas, it now says memorandum of understanding. So it's consistent throughout the document. The other thing that we did is we added a portion at the end that would not create or would prohibit the creation of third-party beneficiaries. So that was another addition, and I've reviewed this with the State's Attorney's Office, and they were fine with the changes as they were relayed, as we presented them, and you have that amended memorandum of understanding in front of you. And if you have any questions in regards to the process, there's a flow chart that was provided in your packet. I probably should have directed your attention to that when I was talking about it to begin with. And then we also have a policy that we've put together or created that the officers will use in regards to the processing of the individuals into this program. So having said all that, I would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any discussion?
I was just wondering where the idea for the program came from. Was that
Well-
your idea or was
No, I'm not that smart. But actually, it originally
joining
occurs.
the program, I guess I should say.
Yeah, this version of the program is closely related to the program that is established in Lake County. Lake County requires the law enforcement agencies to kind of stay with the individual until they find a bed. So it's a little bit more labor intensive, where here, all we're doing is we're doing some intake, and then we're just transporting them to Centegra Woodstock, which if we were to charge them with a felony, we would be transporting them to jail in Woodstock anyway. So I don't see a great deviation of our staffing because we'd have to make that drive anyway. So I think that it's a good opportunity for individuals that want to take advantage of this opportunity. The State Attorney's Office was the entity that really kind of spearheaded it. And again, it wouldn't have been possible without assistance from the Mental Health Board and from Centegra Woodstock.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
McAlpine?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Weinhammer?
Yes.
Cavelli?
Yes.
Betts?
Yes.
Cosler?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Did you get direction on those questions you had about McHenry County residents?
I guess I didn't, but
Well, that's in, it's for
I
it's any
said
and all.
my recommendation was not to restrict it, and I didn't know if anyone had any questions in regards to
I
that.
took it as a full program.
Me too,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Moving to Minister's report, Jacob?
Thank you, Mayor. I just had one quick update before the village board this evening is a flyer here at Town Hall meeting that Senator McConkey is going to be here June 7th, right here in this room at 7 PM. So board members certainly are welcome to attend. The public's also welcome to attend. He's going to give an update on what's going on in Springfield, answer any questions that you all have. So encourage everyone to come and welcome Senator McConkey to the Village of Cary.
Good opportunity. Department head reports. Chief, you have anything else for us?
We conducted our drug take-back day on the 29th, and we collected 23 pound, 8 ounces worth of unwanted prescription medication on that day alone, but we were able to dispose of about 75 pounds of unwanted prescription medication that we transported to the sheriff's office, and the sheriff's office will be transporting it down to DEA in Chicago for destruction. So that was number one. And then number two, we had an intern in our department that just ended his assignment. An individual named Steve Camparisi. He's attending Illinois State University, where he's going to graduate, and it was a pleasure having him with the department, number one. And number two, he said that he appreciated the opportunity to participate and observe the police officers as they work.
Great.
Thank you, Chief. Eric, you have anything for us?
Thank you, Mayor. Sorry, I didn't load this earlier. Just a couple of updates for you. First of all, as we mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, the spring cleanup for this year wrapped up last week with advanced disposal, collecting, doesn't show up now since I transferred it, approximately 386 tons of municipal solid waste, which is above the typical average we've been seeing the past 3 years, about 277. The previous year, 2016, we had about 209 tons. So we did have a heavier volume this year, and as you may have seen or heard, the contractor did get a little bit behind just by the sheer volume and the type of materials that were being picked up. A lot of smaller, separate items that took a little bit more time per pickup. One of the changes that we had tried to implement on behalf of Advanced Disposal was with regards to the mattresses. And as Administrator Reifman mentioned, we will work with the residents and our property maintenance inspector to give them the direction on how to dispose of those. They were asked with the outreach materials to have them wrapped in either plastic or a bag. And that's mainly from a sanitation perspective and protection for the workers that are collecting the materials. They can be collected, just like anything oversized with the village, through the advanced disposal by special collection by calling advanced disposal, and then purchasing, they have the blue bags that you attach to it. So it's a simple process. If people have questions, they'll feel free to give Village Hall a call, and I'll also post some more information just outlining that specific direction on our website.
And with that program too, certainly it's a popular program and appreciate all the patience from the residents. There's a lot of material that needs to be picked up here, and know it is popular here, and we just appreciate all your help in being patient with us.
Just a quick question on that. If for any reason a resident is not reading the information that comes out, so those mattresses are just still sitting out there for a lengthy time, what's the process that we're going to follow to make sure that those do get removed at some point?
As Eric had
Kind of-
mentioned, yeah, we're going to work with our property
Just going to
maintenance.
reach out, okay,
Yeah.
directly to them if they're not responding? Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yeah, we do door-to-door visits, and then
Sure.
if they're not home at the time, we leave a note just asking them with the direction and to contact us with questions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Beginning this week, as posted previously on our websites and mentioned in our meetings, the curbside brush pickup began on May 1st. Crews have been steadily working their way around town. I believe they just finished up the town and the areas of town northeast of the railroad tracks and just started on the southwest side of town. And also beginning this week, on the other half of our department, the routine fire hydrant flushing program has begun. CMAC crews out and about, exercising the valves and testing out the fire hydrants. We do this twice a year. For those of you new to the process, the purpose is to just make sure that the hydrants operate and function when they're needed for emergency purposes, and also to help flush the lines and remove unwanted sediment. So we do the entire village twice a year, but we do every other hydrant. So that way each hydrant gets hit once per year, but all lines are then flushed completely twice. And lastly, we put in our weekly reports, the village learned that we had been recognized for the 9th consecutive year as a Tree City USA community. So that's just a good testament to the work that the village board and the staff are doing to promote good practices with regards to our urban forest, a lot of new tree plantings and tree care program processes that are in place. And we plan to continue doing that moving forward and hope for many more years to come of recognition and participation in the program. And if residents are interested, we do have tree saplings available at Village Hall for free. That's part of the Arbor Day celebration. And Arbor Day was this past Friday. So we have a limited supply, but if you're interested, come on over to the front counter and mention you're here for one of the tree saplings, and feel free to plant those on your property. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Brian?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of brief updates for construction activity that's taking place in the village. Illinois Lift, which is purchasing the building at 640 Industrial Drive, has closed on the property this past month, so they will be submitting permits here shortly to complete the build out of their relocation efforts into that structure. That building represents the largest vacancy that we have in the village and industrial space. So their relocation here, they'll be taking the entire 80,000 square foot building as part of their operation, where they'll be selling and repairing lift equipment for factories and warehouses. In addition, construction in the Sage expansion is continuing in earnest. They are completing the grading work on the site as we speak. Utility work will be started here very shortly as well. They are on, despite the rain that we've had recently, they are on schedule for the project to be completed later this year with occupancy of the building by shooting for November of this year, still for that. And then also staff met with representatives from Kojaks earlier this week regarding their relocation efforts. They're also still on schedule for opening their business. They're anticipating to be open in July, the new location, the Cary Square Shopping Center. So those are welcome additions that we have in the community and projects that are moving forward.
Thank you, Brian. Is there any future agenda items in discussion by the village board?
I have one. Regarding video gaming, I'm wondering if we could have a discussion, committee of the whole, just moving forward, what we're doing with it. Seems like a lot of new businesses are coming in, and it's almost something that they want to bring, and I'd like to just have a discussion moving forward of how the direction that we're going to take with video gaming.
Okay, setting up parameters and things. Okay. Anything else?
I had two.
Okay.
So I was looking at possibly moving to electronic billing for water and the sewer bill for the village of Cary. And then with regard to the scrappers, possibly having restrictions on them or possible permits that they would need.
So what was the second one?
The people that go around and collect scrap.
Okay.
You're wanting them to have licenses, kind of a thing?
It was a resident who had reached out to me to inquire about it, following up.
We could talk to the chief about that.
Yeah, that's something we can bring forward. As far as the electronic billing, we can look into that. I don't know if that's possible right now. As we're going to our new water meters, we're going to get a little bit more efficient here as far as billing goes. But I'll certainly talk to staff.
I mean, so
and see
people
if,
can go ahead and get emailed bills.
yeah, I'll talk to our staff and
Okay.
see if that is if that's possible.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, before I adjourn, just want to welcome the new board members. Look forward to working with everybody. We've got a lot of great things happening right now in the Village of Cary. We really want to keep that momentum going through thoughtful collaboration. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Want to just make sure that everybody is aware that, I'm available anytime anybody wants to talk about things or run some ideas by. Available text, email. I prefer one-on-one meetings. I think you get a lot more done with that, but I think it's an exciting time for us. We have a great opportunity to show neighboring communities what we have and how we can get things done. We've made some marked improvements over the last several years, and I think that we're on a roll. We're showing that the Village of Cary is open for business, and we're looking for new opportunities to expand our tax base and to continue looking at our spending. And with this new board, I think that we're on our way. So I look forward to working with everybody. And as always, if anybody out there has any questions, please I'd love to see this many people at our board meetings every week. We normally, nothing against Martha and George, but it's typically Martha and George right front and center. So they're engaged. So if you need to know anything, and ask Martha and George. They're over there. So anyway, but thank you very much. And before we adjourn, staff has put together a cake and some refreshments back there. So we're going to take a 10 or 15 minute adjournment before we start our committee of the whole meeting to enjoy some cake and have the friends and families of those of our newly elected and as well as friends and family of existing to partake in some cake. So I will intend a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.